And we are live.
Hello to all of our festive friends.
Hey, welcome in to you all. Welcome to this special Adobe Digital Leaders live lesson.
Woohoo.
And as you can see, we are getting festive here today.
Ho
We
ho ho.
got Emma. What have you got there? What?
I'm
You
sporting a
tell
wee
me.
I'm sporting a wee Santa number, a wee pink and sort of wee fun kind of pattern with Santa Claus, and then I've got a wee hat. Wee red and white
Yes,
number.
that elf hat is awesome. I've just got my old school, my Fair Isle knit jumper here. So I'm going to be cooking by the end of this lesson.
Roast the
Thinking
turkey.
this.
Roast the turkey.
Yeah. So hey, get your comments in, guys. So teachers, let us know what you've got on this week or this for the next couple of weeks in school. There's a lot of exciting stuff going on in schools right now. So let us know if you've got any trips, if you're going to see a panto, if you've got a your school service or a show or what have you got going on. Let us know what's going on in schools, either on the comments on YouTube or here on StreamYard. Or if you want to be old school about it, you could just reply to my email, the email that I sent the links out to. If you reply to that, I will read them out. Okay, we can't get those up on screen, but I will read them out. So let us know who's joining us. Welcome in. If this may be your first ever Adobe Digital Leaders Club session, in which case, welcome. So let's have a quick chat about the rules. Emma, what is rule number 1?
First of all, always remember there's a big pause button on all of our videos. So if we're going too fast or you need to, go back or pause for any reason whatsoever, just click the little icon. I'm going to try and point it to the right direction here.
Yeah.
Hopefully that's the right way. Point us, pause us if you need to pause us, and then continue on for the rest of the show to catch up with us.
There we go. There it is.
Perfect.
That took a while for
Perfect.
me. That took a while for me to find that. There it is. Right. The second rule is that at the end of the session, well, actually, it'll be about 4 o'clock this afternoon. Dom will be sending out an email to all of the teachers that are registered with a link to a certificate, a special certificate for all of you students that have taken part in this live lesson, whether you've taken part in the whole live lesson or maybe you've just done one of the activities. There is a certificate for you all. And then finally, the third rule, this is the best one,
Yeah.
is earn your school, your whole school, a pizza party. So, in order to earn a pizza party, you need to take part in an Express School Challenge. And it just so happens to be that this is an Express School Challenge that we've got for you today. So, the idea with an Express School Challenge is that some people in your school will come along to the live lesson, like you guys are doing right now. But we also put stuff together to help more people in your school to take part in activities that we've done in the live lesson. So maybe they're doing it tomorrow or next week. It doesn't really matter. Okay. And the whole idea is that you get either everybody from year 3 up to year 6. That's P4 to P7. So everybody from those years to take part in some way in the Express School Challenge. Or if you're in a big school, a really big school, that might be difficult to do. So if you're in a really big school, it's just 100 or more students. Whichever one of those two is easiest for you. Everyone from year 3, P4, up to year 6, P7, or 100 of students or more. If you get that many people to take part, there's a form to fill in. Take some photos, send those in on the form, and that'll get you 1 point. 3 points gets you a whole school pizza party and an Adobe Digital Leaders School Award, which is super exciting.
Woohoo!
So, and
We
there's more
really want
info. Yes, indeed. There's more info about that on the challenge page for today, which you can see on the scrolly at the bottom, but also on that email from Dom that you'll get about 4 o'clock this afternoon. Right. Speaking of the challenge page, let's get my challenge page up and let's have a look at what we have got going on today. Let's get rid of the rules because we've spoken about those. Oh, that's the wrong one. But yeah, get your shout outs in if you want to. And I'm clicking on the wrong buttons here. Right, here we go. So, now then, if we scroll down on the challenge page, before we scroll down, let's just talk about how you get here. Sorry, I'm getting excited now. So to get to the challenge page, either open a tab and go to bit.ly/express Christmas, or if you've got a device that's got a camera that can scan QR code, so Emma's using her iPad there, you can just scan this QR code and it'll bring you along to this page. So whilst we're giving everybody a minute to get the challenge page up, let's see who we've got. We've got a load of shout outs already. So we first one in, first out of the gate is Miss Richardson. Prynawn da Emma Meredydd, good afternoon. Hope you are both well. We are looking forward to the Christmas Adobe session. We've just had our Christmas lunch and we're all wearing festive clothes for the occasion. Oof, now then.
Fantastic.
What's the best bit of a Christmas lunch, Emma?
See, this is the tricky one. Is it the starter? Is it the main itself, or is it the Christmas pudding towards the end? I'm always a big fan of that. Just the ham and turkey stuffing combo that you get.
Stuffing. Yeah, stuffing and roast potatoes. That's the two things for me. Stuffing and roast potatoes. I love it. Anyway, now then, I'm getting hungry now. Right, who else have we got? We've got Miss Davis's class at Ysgol Gynradd Amlwch. We got 2 classes in from Amlwch today. They're going to be getting points towards their Express School Challenge, I think. Hello, St. Joseph's. P.S. Me. How are you? How are you? Welcome in, guys.
That's St. Joseph's Primary School, Mike.
Is it Mike?
Mike, we call it Mike, I believe, if I'm right.
Cool.
Please correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's Mike.
Well, I'm not going to correct you, Emma. So this is the reason you're here. One of the reasons you're here is for your expertise on this. Mike, right? Okay, I'm going to remember that. Definitely not me then. Sorry about that. Right, and then we've got Pembroke Primary. Went to a pantomime last week. Oh no, you didn't. Anyway.
Oh yes, you did.
Anyway, that's last week. It's behind you, right? Right. I'll keep going all day on these. Right, and then we've got St. Patrick's Primary School, number P5. Welcome in. And we got Lee Academy in Bested, I think.
Yeah.
And then I think that means that Miss Hatterson put an emoji in there that we can't see, and it's just told us that the emoji was fish, orange, wide eyes. I think we can all imagine that right now. There we go. And then we got Prynawn da, Year 6, Ysgol Pen y Bryn by Colwyn, Croeso, and there we go. Oh, there we are. St. Joseph's Primary School in Mike. There we go. I've learnt that now. I've learnt it now, guys. I'll never get it wrong again. And then the last one for now. Prynawn da, dosbarth now, Mountain Lake Primary School. We are excited to be here. Well, we're excited to have you all here. Thanks for your messages. Keep them coming in. We'll check later on if we've got some more comments. Right, what are we doing today? Well, our first challenge today is we are going to be making an animated snow globe. Wow. Yes.
I have many a time of real snow globes, so I'm excited to make a digital one. So have a good think in the background. What kind of things do you like to appear in your snow globe?
Yeah, so you're going to make a personal snow globe. So, and then if you'd like other classes to take part in this and have a go at a snow globe after today, then there's a tutorial video here that you can share with them, and they can come along to the challenge page and they can make their own snow globe. Now then, we're not making this snow globe from scratch. We're actually going to be using a template, which is quite a new thing for us to be doing on our live lessons. We tend to start from scratch, but we've got a really cool template we're going to be using today. So everybody will need to come along to this challenge page, and you're going to need to click on this button here that says click here. So I'm going to click on there, and it is going to open up a published Express animated project. Here we go, Jenna's Globe. Okay, so this is exactly how it looks when we publish things as a view-only link from Express, as you all know. But if we want to actually customize this template ourselves, you'll see in the bottom right-hand corner, we've got this blue button that says remix this design. Okay, so I'm going to click on that, and it's going to open it up in Express. Now, you need to have already logged into Express before clicking on it. Otherwise, Express won't know whose account to open it up in. So make sure you're logged into Express, and then click on that button there on the challenge page to open up the example, remix it, and it'll open it in its own project back in Express, logged in as you. Now, you may get a red error message saying something like, oh, the video didn't load or something like that. If that happens, don't panic, because I just ignored it, and then the red error message went away and everything's working fine. So, and I've tested it a few times, so you can do the same. So let's just pop over to the iPad so Emma can get us to that point, because there's a few steps there that we need to get right so that
Slightly-
everybody's working.
Slightly different. So again, you've got the exact same web page and you've got the exact same link here to click. So if I tap on it, again, it opens up in your browser. Now, because we're using the iPad, we actually needed to get into the app rather than the browser, okay? So because, again, like Meredith said, we just need to log in prior. So make sure you've logged into the app prior. And if you click on to remix this design, it's going to push everything into the app all on its own sim. You'll get a similar sign, the little red little sign there that Meredith is looking at as well. But you'll notice in the corner, this little wheel that keeps turning to let us know that everything is buffering. So you'll see that wee red message go away and everything will start to load for you like Meredith has done there. So just leave it a wee minute. By the time you come to me again and I'll show you what to do, everything should be up to scratch and up to speed there for you.
Cool. Yeah. So there's just patience there, okay? If you've got that spinning wheel, just let it spin and everything will load in its own time. Okay, mine is still as well. Look, mine is still spinning around. So there's a lot of things. So the reason it's taking a while is because there's some video clips in here. Some of these layers are video files, and then there's some animations in there. There's some effects on these things. So anyway, here's our cool snow globe. So this is Jenna's globe. So the first thing I'm going to do is change the name on it, definitely. Because that's the kind of thing I would forget to do, and then I'd publish my wonderful snow globe. I'd be like, look at this! And I'd be like, oh, I forgot to change the name. It says Jenna's snow globe. So let's change the name first. Now, the layer stack is going to be really important for us in this activity, okay? Because nearly everything on our design is behind this layer. Now, this layer is this actual snow globe video. If we play it, you see the snowing and the globe and the light. So everything is behind that, apart from the actual label on the snow globe. So let's just click on that and let's change it. So this is not Jenna's globe anymore. This is now Meredith's globe. And Meredith doesn't like Kremlin Pro as a font. I don't mind it actually, but let's change the font to something that you like. So you click in the view all there, see the recommended fonts, or you could scroll through, or if you know the name of a font, you could just type in the name of the font that you want. Oh, I'm rapping. Type in the name of the font that you want. And I'm going to go with this one. This is nice. I like that. There we go. So I've just changed my name, put my name on the bottom of the globe, changed the font to a font that I like. And now is a great time for us to name this project because it's opened it up from a template. It actually doesn't have a name yet in your files. So up on the top left, let's just click in there. And this is going to be my Meredith Snow Globe 2024. What am I thinking of when I say that? Oh, it's Minions. It's Minions. It's one of the Minions movies. Snow Globe. Snow Globe.
I just know banana.
Yeah, yeah, but no. Yeah, Snow Globe. At the end of Minions. Yes, I think one of them, Kevin, gets a snow globe. Anyway, right. So there we go. I'm done with my name and I'm done with naming the file. How's things looking, Emma? Have they loaded up? Let's switch over to the iPad. There
We're
we go,
all
right.
loaded up and just playing around here. So you still have that wee load option that is sort of working in the corner here. If I just zoom out a wee touch. So all the layer stacks are down here, like Meredith has said. So I'm just trying to edit my text now. So I'm going to zoom in a wee bit more. I'm going to double tap on this. Now I'm getting a wee icon here, Meredith, that I've never seen before. If you know this symbol.
Oh, yeah.
So it looks like it's almost telling me that the edit option isn't available.
Oh, okay. So maybe you're going to want to just delete it.
I would. Yeah.
You're going to do that?
I think so. And then we can just, for those in the iPad again, these little things will just happen for, so you have to think of a wee workaround. All we need is a text box. We don't need this one. It's not working for us at the moment. Let's just get rid of it. Okay. And we're just going to go for T for text if this is you. And we're just going to add our own text box. We get the same kind of writing. So let me just bring it down, position it. And it's giving me that again, Meredith, I wonder.
Oh,
Strange.
how bizarre.
How bizarre indeed.
Yes.
So let me just, one more time. Let's see if anything's coming in. Might need to just restart this. So let me just close this down. Sometimes that happens.
The app's having a little moment.
It has. So let's see if this might not be happening to you guys in the classroom. So you keep editing away the same way that Meredith has shown us. I'm just going to go and try and reload my document here, my project. We whirl.
Well, whilst you're doing that, we've got a couple of shout-outs coming in. We got Pnawn da, dosbarth Brennig, Saltney Ferry Primary School. Pnawn da, guys. And my email has been pinging. So we've got... Now then, we have got a shout-out to Mr. Edwards' class, Year 6 GE at Ysgol Pen y Bryn in Colwyn Bay. Yo, how's it going? They've been having trouble getting into the chat. It's not appearing on the stream. I wonder why that is. But anyway, thanks for the email. We've got the shout out. Croeso I chi, welcome to you. And we've also got Llantirio Perthole, year 4, watching and joining in this afternoon. But I can do the chat. There we go. We got, who have we got there? Mr. Collicott. So, welcome to you guys. Thanks for the message. And welcome in. Right. How are you looking there, Emma? Can you do some... Oh, you've done it. Yeah.
I'm going to explain a little workaround. So there just must be something that we haven't come across using this particular template. So it's not allowing me to edit the text. But this is where our creativity and what we understand and know about Adobe Express is going to work well for us. So instead of, if this is a problem that you're facing too, we're going to go into text this time. And I actually just went straight for the meet the team. I just went for a grouped element. And once I clicked on it, I was able to click in all of the other boxes and ungroup them and delete the things I didn't need and then edit the text that I did need.
Okay.
So there's a lovely wee workaround, and then we can go and edit all of this. So
Funny.
No fear,
Yeah.
creativity's here.
Yes. Funny one. There we go.
Perfect.
Well, and that's the only bit of text we're doing on this challenge anyway. So so we're done with text there, and you're gonna name your project next.
Super. So let me just get this brush one. I preferred it.
Oh yes, lovely.
Up here at the very top, as Meredith said, we need to name this so it's easier to find. So I'm just going to tap up here at the top where it says Untitled and the name and date. Click on this, and the wee box will appear, and get rid of all of that. So tap away at this lovely little X button at the sides, and that's called this Emma's Snow Globe.
Snow globe.
Snow globe. Perfect. There we go. We're
Brilliant.
back on track.
Okay, cool. Right, let's go then. So our next step now then is we're going to start swapping out. So this was Jenna's globe, and we can see on Jenna's globe that there's Jenna, okay? Or maybe somebody doing something that Jenna like. Maybe Jenna likes doing, I don't know, what is this person doing? Dancing? Yoga? Gymnastics? I'm not sure.
Here, yeah.
So maybe that's not a picture of Jenna, because maybe you don't have a photo of yourselves handy on your device, but maybe you do, okay? So you could swap that out for a photo of yourself or of somebody doing something that you enjoy doing. But then we've got these stars. Maybe that represents something that Jenna enjoys. And then we've got this Eiffel Tower here, which is maybe a place that Jenna likes. So we just want to fill your snow globe with things that you enjoy. You don't even need to have a person in there. You could just have loads of things in there. Mm-hmm. So the way to do that, because these have already got animation effects on them. If you click play, you see those stars and bouncing around there, and Jenna's wiggling there as well. I think that's the wiggle animation effect that she's got on there. So rather than delete them and then have to reanimate everything, let's swap them out. So I'm going to go for these stars first of all. Okay, so find them in the layer stack. So there we go. Click on that. Find it in the layer stack. And then we are going to replace them. Now, you've got two different replace buttons in Express. Now, the one that's that pops up on the pop-up menu will only allow you to replace this with a photo. But I'd like to replace these stars with a design asset. So if I just click on this button, it'll only open up the photos. But if I use this replace button in the top left, it actually asks me, hey, what would you like to replace it with? Ah, cool. So I'd like to replace it with design assets, please. And in here, I'm going to search for something that's important to me. So I love playing music. So maybe I'll search for music. Oh, music staff. So music staff is the line that we write music on. Or we just search for music notes. So I could try for a few different things and see what I get. Oh, wonderful. Wonderful indeed. So yeah, I'm gonna go with this staff here. I think that's cool. Oh, I like this one as well. I'll go with that one, I think. So if I click on that, there we go. You see, it's just replaced the stars with this musical staff. Now it'll also keep any cropping that you've got, which actually I don't want because it's kind of cropped off the top here and the bottom. Now, you may think that clicking on that's going to be difficult because it's, down in my layer stack, but you just have to choose it on the layer stack itself. There we go. And now I can actually use these crop handles to uncrop that image. There we go. Now when I click play, that's going to inherit the animation that the stars before it had. Okay, so you is swapping those elements out. Right, let's jump over to the iPad to see us you swap out your first object there.
Super.
Okay.
So here we are. And again, our layer stack is just a tiny bit different. So we're obviously working with a smaller screen. So our stack has condensed itself, and now we have these little arrows. So we can scroll up and we can scroll down. So I'm going to actually find the exact same thing that Meredith has done, stars, to see how it looks differently. So I'm just going to tap my finger on the layer that I need, and you'll see that it is been covered in that little boundary box. Let's go up to the top here, right underneath the word image on the left panel, and let's go to design assets. Now, what kind of stuff do I want? So let's have a wee think here. Let's have a party. So let's think about what do you do at a Christmas party. So there might be loads of banners, there might be loads of confettis that you can use. It's quite a lot, actually.
Yeah, and also, it doesn't have to be stuff that you enjoy doing. If you want to, you could just decide, you know what, I'm going to make a Christmas snow globe, and I'm going to make this a really Christmassy scene. So you could just be searching for snow or snowflakes or elves or whatever you want.
Yep, exactly. So I like these stars. I'm kind of going to replace stars with stars because you can never have too much, but don't like them. So again, you can always just keep replacing them. Okay, so let's see. Let's go for these banners, for example. Okay, cool. Just for the meantime. And let's copy what Meredith has done and change the cropping, because it's kind of cropped out a few wee things. We don't really enjoy it. Let's go to the crop tool. I like to do it this way. So if I go to the crop tool now, you get the options there to go back to the original option. So if I just click that, I don't need to get quite nitty gritty to reduce those little panels, and they're completely over the side. It's the same as before. And it kind of looks like this bouncing party. Ooh.
Yeah, that looks really cool.
Very cool.
It's a great start. So, right. All right. Okay. So now we're just gonna be following the same process now. Okay. So there's this other star here. Now maybe you want to keep one or two things, and that's absolutely fine. I really like that winter scene in the back, so I'm not sure I'm gonna get rid of that. I think that's a good background. But this star I'm going to swap for another one of my interests. So I'm going to click on that. And I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to use this replace icon up in the top left, which means I can replace it with design assets. And another one of my interests is I do like playing football. So I'm going to I better search for soccer, because the Express is made by a company from America. So if I search for football, I'm gonna get some weird looking rugby balls. So I like this. I like this football here. There we go. That's cool. So now there we go, and it's still got that animation preset on it there. Okay, nice. I'll do one more and then I'll pass over to Emma. So the Eiffel Tower. Now I do love France, but not enough to have it as a center point in my snow globe. So Let's replace this with a photo. So far, I've just been replacing with things from the design assets. So we haven't seen replacing with a photo yet. So I'll choose that and I'm going to replace it with a photo. Now, again, I could just go to this replace icon up here and choose photo. Okay, you could do that. Or if you know you're going to replace it with a photo, you can just use this replace button here because it takes you straight to the photos panel. Right, so I'm going to search for, maybe I'll search for Wales and see is there a cool image of Wales that I can bring in. Well, of course there are because there's so many cool places in Wales. But oh, here we go. What about this? This is Cardiff Bay. It's your county hall down in Cardiff Bay. City Hall down in Cardiff Bay. Right, so I brought that in. Now it's cropped it the same as it had cropped the Eiffel Tower, which means I don't actually see the main building that I want to see. So I want to uncrop that. So let's just click away from it and then click back on it in the layer stack. And there we go. Now I've got access to these crop handles again. So let's crop it to the bit that I do want, like this. I don't want that. There we go. That's the bit I want. And now let's just move it around, pop it where I like it. I think that it's going to look good kind of there. And now let's get rid of the background. So we've got the remove background tool over here on the left-hand side. So when I click on that, it's going to remove the background. It only takes a couple of seconds usually. There we go. It's done. And now, there we go. And I'm going to just kind of tuck it down. Oh, it's got something weird going on at the bottom there. Let's crop that off. There we go. And there we go. Now I'm going to just tuck it down there. Make it bigger again. And maybe what I'll do is I'll crop it behind. Well, at the moment, Jenna's there. But Jenna's going to go. But something's going to be going there instead of Jenna. And I think it's going to work nicely if I crop City Hall just there.
Smart.
Otherwise, it's a bit big like that. And I don't want to do it like that. But then that kind of hides the crop. When you do that, it hides that straight line. It looks nice and neat. Okay, yes. Cool. So I've replaced 2 more of my elements there. So let's jump over to the iPad and see how Emma's getting on.
Super. So I'm going to start with Jenna. I'm going to replace her so that I could get a bit of a feel for what's happening at the back. So let me just go find her. Use my little layer stack to kind of flip through them. So there is Jenna. And let me just see here. I'm going to replace up here. And I'm going to go to photos. I'm going to do what Meredith has done, except I am looking for a ballerina or a nutcracker. Let's be a bit typical. Ooh, that looks kind of cool. I like to pretend I'm a ballerina anyway, or I really loved watching Black Swan. So there is my lovely main character. And let's tap on it again. But if I tap on it, that's the snow globe video. So let's go back over here to make sure that we get the thumbnail to represent the layer that we picked. So make sure it's the correct one. Let's remove the background. And I just want to kind of gain an idea of where my main character is going to be positioned so that I can make decisions about my background. So let's go for the Eiffel Tower again. And this time around, let me see if I can find a nutcracker between design assets or the photos. So let's see, nutcracker. There you go, some nice wee ones here.
Oh, cool.
I'm gonna go for the wee cartoony looking one. This guy at the bottom looks kind of fun. Or go for green. Yeah, let's go for the green guy. Cool. And I can just play around where he needs to go. So tap and drag him. I'll stop using the mouse. Make him nice and big. And I'm pretty happy with that, to be honest. It's actually make him a tiny bit smaller so he's not hitting the height of that. That's looking pretty cool.
It's very cool.
Very cool. Quite like the star there. So I might just keep replacing some wee elements and shifting them about and making sure that I'm pretty happy. But I quite like the star. I think it kind of suits. I might move it in.
Yeah. There's absolutely nothing wrong with keeping some, because the stars are definitely something you'd expect to see in a snow globe. So you don't have to swap it all. Now I'm going to swap Jenna. It's time for Jenna to leave. Bye, Jenna. So I'm going to click on Jenna in the layer stack. There we go. And I'm going to replace Jenna with a photo. Now, maybe you've got a photo of yourself on your device, okay? So then you could do that, bring your own photo in and remove the background. That would be fun. But I don't have one handy right now. So I'm going to search for, this is after all a kind of festive, Christmassy snow globe. So maybe I'm going to search for a Santa dog. There we go. And we're going to have a look. A few of these are hilarious. He's hilarious. So I'm going to bring one of these in. Dogs make me laugh. They always make me laugh. I love dogs, but I am allergic to them. They make me sneeze.
Oh, really?
So yeah, so I can't go near them. But I do like dogs. This guy looks like a good boy, doesn't he? Look like a good boy. Right. So I'm gonna swap Jenna for this good boy. And there we go. That's swapped. But it's obviously come in. The cropping is fine because I can see all of the dog. That's fine. But I do need to get rid of this background. So I'm just going to click on it in the layer stack again. Click. Oh, click away. Click on it in the layer stack. And then we get access to all of our normal image editing stuff here on the left-hand side. Let's remove the background. There we go. So let's see how this all looks now with the animations. So my dog is wiggling. My football is floating around. My musical notes are floating around. Oh, that's what I did as well. Maybe you noticed whilst we were over on Emma's screen. Is I tucked this this bit of the Cardiff Bay behind those mountains to just tidy up that the bottom of that again. So I just dragged it below it in the layer stack. I thought it looked tidier. Now maybe you feel, oh well, I've got other things that I like that I haven't managed to get in my snow globe. Fear not, friends. You could always choose one of these elements. For example, this football is a good sized one, and duplicate it. 3 dots, duplicate, and now I got 2 of these. Okay, and now I can replace that with maybe another one of my hobbies. Design assets. Which is, what's another one of my hobbies? What about walking boots? Yeah, there we go. Now, some of these will look kind of stronger than others, okay? And to me, those walking boots look a bit too strong. So remember that you can always bring down the opacity a little bit on these, okay? If you wanted to just tame things down a little bit. Then you've got the opacity, which is just going to make things fade a little bit more. There we go. Wonderful. Right. So
Incredible.
I'm pretty much done. Let's have a look at Emma's snow globe.
Okay. I haven't done many changes. The only thing I've done mainly is resize and recenter, but I have changed my background this time. And again, the exact same process. All I did was click on it and replace it using the left menu. Go to our design assets and I looked up some lovely wee winter scenes, and there's so many there that
Cool.
can change. So yeah, get cracking at it and get looking at it and see. There's even like wee fun gherkins. But I did notice that as well in terms of the little difference. So if I look at my little nutcracker guy here, he kind of sees through into the houses, and I don't think I want that. So he's looking a bit sort of pale in comparison to my main character. But what I have noticed, and it might be the same for you in some of your layers, is that some of the layers have been blended to obviously, depending on the assets, depending on the design that you've gone for, looks better in certain bits. So I'm going to change that. I want to rectify it. So let's go to blend here where it says multiply, and I just want this to be normal. So he's looking a wee bit brighter now, and he's kind of looking like he's looking placed in front of the houses as well. And I'm going to kind of copy Meredith and add a couple of extras up here. And what I do feel is missing is a Christmas tree. So let's go to photos. I'm going to add it in this time and go to Christmas tree. Okay. Have you got your Christmas tree up now, Meredith?
I do. Yes. It's in the living room.
It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas.
Yeah, and I love the smell of a Christmas tree. Love it. Love walking in the morning after it's been closed all night, and then just walking into the living room and just smelling it, the pine, and then, Having to get the Hoover out to hoover up the pine needles, but it's worth it.
You can get those wee pine scented sticks, which are really nice. But what I'm waiting on now, you can see this little icon just on the image. I'm waiting for this to load onto my canvas, because what I'm going to do as well, I'm going to kind of try and position it so it looks like the tree is with the star. And then what I'll want to do, so I'm just waiting for that a wee second. Sometimes you kind of click off it and click back in. These gray boxes will pop back up. But what I want to do is kind of bring that, kind of just crop it so you get the idea for it for now. And then I'm going to kind of swap those layers, a bit like Meredith has done with some of his things. So if I look at my layer panel up here, this is the topmost layer. So if I tap and kind of take that away from the panel, I can kind of drag it down and in and right where it needs to be. And then that will become available for me to edit in just a wee minute. I think my iPads are just having some fun issues today. But if I keep scrolling, I can kind of keep getting them behind the house and behind everything that I needed to go to, like so.
Cool. Well, we've got some more comments come in on email. And I've just thought that I can be clever and I could just actually post them myself in the chat, and then I can put them up on the screen. I don't know why I've never thought of that before, but that is easy enough to do. So here we go. Is the first one that came in. Dosbarth yr Wyddfa from Ysgol y Feinol are watching and joining in. Croeso I chi, welcome guys. And then also the other one that came through on email for us was this one here. Prynaw da, Year 5 and Year 6 at Llansanor and Llanhari Church in Wales Primary School. Well, welcome to you guys. Thanks for joining in. Thanks for sending the email. And yeah, I don't know. I don't know why it's taken me a year of working at Adobe to think about that I could just copy and paste it into the comments when people email them to me. There we are. But days.
For us all today, we're all learning. Everything's a learning opportunity.
Sorry to all of the past people that emailed me and I just read them out. I feel like as if I've let you all down. Right, okay. So we are pretty much finished now with our snow globes. But obviously you could just continue adding to this. Okay, you can, this is your snow globe. So you can keep putting things in. Just make sure that when you click play, for example, now my musical notes here, I don't want them to be too big like that. Okay. So that now, that's not inside the snow globe, so you wanted to make sure that when it's animating, that everything, even when it moves, stays within the globe. Okay. And there we go. Now then, what can we do with this once it's done? Well, we've got two options really. Okay. The first one is that you could download this as an MP4 file and then pop it into wherever you store all of your digital work. So maybe your teacher likes that you keep all your work in a Google Drive or in a OneDrive folder, or maybe you use J2E My File. So if you'd like all of your work to be in that folder with all of your other stuff, then maybe you're going to want to download an MP4 file. And you can do that by clicking on the download icon on the top of your screen. And you can see here it says MP4. Now then, the original size of this is 4K, which is ultra high definition, which means ultra long download time and ultra lots of space on your device. So you don't need it to be 4K, guys. Okay, 720 is plenty, as we say here on Digital Leaders Club. Okay, 720 was the original HD. When HD first came out back in the day, it was in 720p. So that's fine. You don't need any higher resolution than that. And it'll download faster. It'll take up less room on your device. And it'll upload to your digital folders faster as well. So download it as an MP4. Or your other option is, and this is easier really, is to just publish it to the internet. Just publish it online. Click share. And then choose to make a view-only link. When you click on that, it'll create a URL, a link. Anybody who clicks on that will see your published design in exactly the same way we saw Jenna's globe when we clicked on that first template. Okay?
And it saves you so much memory, especially on your iPad.
Absolutely. And it's easier to share with people. And also, if you use Google Classroom or Microsoft Teams, you can hand this straight in on an assignment using one of those two buttons. Okay, so that's us done there for sharing. And it's the same on the iPad. You've got the share and the download buttons up at the top. And you've got the same options.
And if you want to showcase your work as part of one of the Adobe challenges, add your teacher to your work so that they can share those examples with us. So make sure you add his email.
Yeah, so yeah, really easy. Yeah, so if you want to share this with your teacher, just click on share, and then up at the top there, just pop your teacher's email address in there, and then your teacher will be invited to edit this. Maybe don't all do that now, because your teacher will get a million emails with invitations. But if your teacher wants you to, it's that easy. All right. Okay. That, guys, is our first challenge done. And we are doing well for time. You know, we always aim to finish the first challenge around the 40 minutes mark. And we are 25 seconds over. So that's pretty good.
Pretty darn good if I say so.
It is good. Keep your comments coming in. Also, just a reminder, whilst we're having a little break before we go on to the second activity. A lot of you teachers, you may be, especially if you're dressed up in Christmas jumpers, if you're taking any photos this afternoon of your class following along the activity and you posted them to social media, because parents love seeing those kind of posts, then please tag us in there as well, because I'd love to see your snow globes. I'd love to see how you've made these your own and customized them. So tag us in, so at Adobe for Edu, at Dom Trainer, at Meredith J or Meredith Jones, depending which platform you're on. But find us on there and tag us in there, because we love seeing your work. It's really fun. Right. Also, quick reminder about our theme 2. So this, you today, guys, you have come along to our Christmas theme 1 live lesson. And we're doing another one of these in a couple of days' time. Can't remember when. But you wouldn't want to come to that anyway, because you've already been to this one. But we're then going to be doing a second live lesson with 2 totally different activities. So you guys that are here today could come along to those ones, because they're going to be different. Okay? And you can come along either on Thursday, the 12th of December, or Wednesday, the 18th of December, for our Christmas theme 2 live lesson. Okay, right. That's the adverts done. That's the ad break. That is, Emma. That's what we call that. Right. Let's get back onto the screen and let's have a look at our second challenge today. Now then, our second challenge today is some new ground as well. Now then, let's just go back to the home page. Click on the Express icon here. Takes you back to the home page. Now, our second challenge today, if we go scroll down on the challenge page, is a guided activity. Now then, guided activities are actually kind of live lessons, but not live lessons, but they are Express lessons that are built into Express itself. So you could click on this button here that takes you to the guided activity, but I want to show you another way of getting to the guided activity so that you can see all the other things that are there as well. So we're going to be making this this winter festive living room scene activity. So you could click on that red button, and if you want to, that's fine. I'm not going to judge you. But on the Express homepage, we've got this big blue Christmassy tile. Jump into the 12 days of creativity, and if you click on View All, there are 12 of these festive challenges for you, and one of them is the one we're going to be doing right now. Animate a cozy fireplace scene. So I'm going to click on that, and it's going to open it up in Express. So you've got 2 options. Either click on this red button on the challenge page, or if you want, come along into the 12 days of creativity and click on Animate a cozy fireplace scene. And it's going to open up a template, but what's different is we've got this Learn panel on the right-hand side. Right, let's get the iPad up to that same point so that we're all happy and all in the project together.
Yes, because I was just looking at yours. I've already forgotten all the steps. So let's go back to the beginning and let's get out of our project. So always go to the top right-hand corner or left-hand corner, sorry. L for left.
Yeah.
And click on our Adobe A so that we come all the way back home. And again, we've got all of our creative challenges sitting right here. And we can go to view all to view them. And you'll get a wee glimpse of what some of the potential challenges are for theme 2. Some of them are really amazing, if I do say so myself. So this is the one that we're looking for. Only looks minorly different on the desktop, and we're just going to tap on it to open it up. And again, you get that get started window that pops up. So ours does squish down a wee tiny touch. So if you want to get rid of a couple of panels just to be able to read it and see everything, you can just close off this one on the right. You can close off this one at the bottom so you can get a good look at all of those layers, what you're maybe going to be working with, and also get a good read as to what you're going to be doing next. Now, before we get started, I just want to note that, especially on the iPad, you might want to get rid of it. You might not want to see that again so that you can have more real estate space on your screen. But I just want to point out, if you go up to the top again and you find that little light bulb icon, your Learn window, it'll pop straight back up again.
Ah, cool. That's good knowledge, Emma. Because when you deleted that, when you closed that down, I have to say I had a mild bit of panic. It's like, how's you going to get that back?
Don't worry.
It's
all
the light
going
bulb.
to be there. It's all going to be there sitting for you. So even if the undo panel isn't active, you still have your Learn panel. Every panel that you have open or closed is always going to be available to you somewhere in Adobe Express. We'll never leave you hanging.
Cool. Well, you've inspired me to You've inspired me to try it now. So I was gonna never close that Learn panel down at all. I'm terrified of this X here. So let's just okay. There we go. And then according to Emma, if I click on this light bulb, I'm gonna get that back. Oh, okay. It worked. Okay, it worked. That's fine. Brilliant. Thank you for that. Right, so here we go. Let's see what we're gonna do. Okay, so the Learn panel on the right-hand side actually tells us what we're going to do. So, animate a cozy fireplace scene. Decorate your ideal spot to curl up and relax with all your favorite things. So, again, the skills you're learning here is working with a layer stack. You're going to be working with grouping and ungrouping objects and then replacing objects again. So it's a lot of those kind of advanced editing skills within Express that sometimes we just kind of brush over. So you're really having a deep dive on them today. Right, so once you're ready, just click on Get Started in the bottom right-hand corner. And here we go. It just says, right, here's what we can do. Well, you know how to use the Replace button because we've done that in the first challenge today. So let's add or remove items from your living room to set the scene. Photos like the chair can be swapped out using the Replace button. Okay. So let's try it. Let's give it a go. I'm going to swap this chair for a squishy sofa. So I'm going to click on Replace there. And then I'm going to search in here for sofa. And I want a squishy looking sofa. You know, the type that, oh, that guy, like, he's having a great time. The one where you just watch TV on and stretch out on it. So I'm just going to scroll through. That's a mega squishy sofa. Maybe that's the one. So there we go. It's brought it in. And again, it's cropped. So I'm going to uncrop using the side crop handles. And then I am going to remove the background using the Remove Background tool. There we go. And now then, I think this needs to be kind of back there behind the lamp, you know? Sorry, in front of the lamp, but behind this footstool with a cat on it. So I need to do something, don't I? This looks weird at the moment. I need to push that back in my layer stack so that it's behind the cat, behind the footstool. So here we go. Here it is in my layer stack. Let's drag it down, 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 drag it down. And up it is. I want it to be in front of the lamp. So above the lamp. There we go. Oh, it's gone behind my window. I think the window needs to be right in the back. So let's right click on that, send it to the back. There we go. And you, send to back. There we go. Right, that's better. My perspective makes sense now, I think. Super. So I've done my sofa. Now then, I'm going to pass you over to Emma. But whilst you're over with Emma, I'm going to swap out maybe my footstool. Maybe I'm going to put a little coffee table in here as well, add it in. This rug, maybe I'll swap that for another rug. And hopefully, I'd like to find one that maybe has got that kind of same perspective as as this has got. You know that it's looking away from us. So I'm just going to swap a few of these things, but nothing major yet. I'm not going to touch the photo frames or the windows yet because they're going to be a touch more complicated. So I'll see you in a bit, but let's throw over to Emma and see what Emma's got going on.
Brilliant. So I think what you're saying, Meredith, is that whenever we're looking at the layer stack, so anything that you have that's a singular, so you've got single cat tier, a single mouse down at the bottom, a single sofa. So click on any of those that you want to start off with. I will go with the sofa. I will go with the chair as well to kind of kick us off. Okay. And you can go straight from replace like we were showing you, or you can go back up here to the replace between design assets or your photos. I'm going to stick with the photo, to be honest. And I kind of want to search for something squishy. So let's go with squishy chair and see if that kind of comes up. So nothing, so just maybe chair. So comfy, just a chair. And you've kind of got some different colors there. You want something kind of still looking comfortable. So you can kind of, there's a purple looking one, or gold, similar. Yeah, the hardest thing I always find, again, is choice. It's making the choice.
Yeah.
So let me see. Do you know what? I'm going to actually help my search results here, and I've decided on a color. So I'm going to go with a green chair. Let's go with a green chair. That'll help narrow down my options, which it has. Super. Let's see. So even though I've asked for green, this has brought me some yellow options within it. And do you know what? I really actually quite like that chair. I'm going to show you a few wee things that I would do differently now with this image. So again, all I've done is just tap on it here. Reflecting on the other side, I'm still waiting to remove that. But what I want to be able to do is just flip it. So it's the same kind of perspective there. So just to show you where I flipped that, just here. So you can flip horizontal there. And while that is loading into my screen, I'll just place it there and I'll start replacing all of these as well. So I'll do exactly the same and go over here. And do you know what? I might do it as a design asset. I'm going to footstool, for example. You get some awesome options here. So there's something that's a wee bit different for the cat to sit on. Can even tap on that and increase the size so it looks a wee bit more like the cat is sitting on it. Again, playing with our perspectives a wee bit here. Let's see if I can get that image. So if you're over here on the left, I'm obviously experiencing a wee bit of it hasn't warmed up yet. So I haven't got this open. So what I'm going to do for the meantime, I'm just going to make sure I've saved my project. I'm going to go out and in again. Sometimes that happens. And this time it's cozy Christmas. I'm going to call this my cozy Christmas thing and hit enter. So just want to make sure that everything is saved. I'm going to come back out of my project, just leave my project, and then I'm going to open it up again just in case it's going to rejig some of those wee fun things that are happening with us today. So tap on my image, wait for that to load, and hopefully that will kind of come up again for me to remove the image. If not, if it's still not working for you, all we need to do is go straight into the design assets, and let's call it just like sofa. Look for a sofa and get some really lovely options. So even this option would work and match into our piece. It's actually loads.
Yeah.
There's so many.
Dear me. Oh, that's cool. I like the perspective on that one.
Yeah, me too. So I'm gonna keep it with there, but I'm just gonna fix the cropping on it. And you can use the handles. Handles are always good. I like going through crop and going to original. Just clicking a few buttons instead of being specific. So again, I'm dealing with that fun issue where my sofa is in front of my cat. So let's tap and drag that and bring it down just until we're starting to be happy with it. Let's keep going. There, and then the same again, bring those two things to the back. So tap, 3 wee dots, send to the back, and then I think it's this also, this one, and send to the back. Perfect. Now you've got the same kind of idea there. Oh, it's starting to look a bit funky. So we need to get cool. just kind of work with those layers and sort of get them working for you. Let's bring
All right. Okay.
front.
Brilliant. So, now then, something you could definitely do is you could change the color of the wall. I mean, I think that if my wall was that color, I think it might give me a bit of a headache, to be honest with you, Emma. I think that's a little bit full on, you know? So,
The Friends. It looks like the Friends house, so it does.
oh, right, maybe that's what it is. Definitely would give me a headache then, yeah. So then we're going to go on the top ribbon. You got your background color. So you can just set that to a different background color just by going up here, okay? And you can choose a different color for your walls, if you like. Oh, there's some lovely colors in here. I think I might go with one of these. Love that. Or you could even add a background. You could go into elements and into backgrounds, and you could search in here for wallpaper. Okay, there we go. And we could put some wallpaper in there with a nice small pattern would be good. Something like that works really nicely as well. Okay, so you could set a different color to the background or pop into the elements, into backgrounds, and just choose a background instead. Now then, this rug is cool, but let's change it. So I'm going to choose it. Now, I think this is a design asset, so I'm not going to replace it using the pop-up replace button. I'm going to use this one in the left-hand panel and choose design assets. And I'll just search for rug in here. And, oh, there we are. There's the one that we've already got. So, oh, look, that's got some good perspective on it.
Ooh.
It's at the same kind of angle as our floor. We've got a staircase there. It's a bit random. That one could work. So I'm just going to scroll through and just try and pick something that's going to work with the angle of your floor. Okay, so just have a look at it. Have a look at the perspective. You know, we're not looking straight down at this floor, are we? We're not floating up in the air looking straight down. We're kind of looking across it, which means that our rug is going to have some perspective to it. That would not work. Okay, it would look like some kind of barrier in the middle of my living room. I think I'm going to go with that cool red carpet that I saw up at the top. This one, yeah. There we go. And that works really nicely. There we go, in front of my fireplace. Maybe I'll bring it all the way down to bottom of my scene there. Okay, so I've swapped out my rug. Now then, the next thing I'm going to do, and then we'll have a look at Emma's iPad, is we're going to start looking at breaking up some groups. So let's concentrate on the easy one first. So we've got these two photo frames on the wall. So it's grouped at the moment. You can see that because when you select it, it actually says ungroup. Okay, so I'm going to ungroup that. Now then, let's just drag stuff around a bit. Let's just move that. Okay, so we've got a frame, we've got a palm tree image, and then we've got this colored piece of card. Okay, that's cool. So what can we do here? Well, let's get rid of the palm tree. Okay, or you could just replace it, I suppose. But I'm just going to get rid of it. Now then, here you could bring in whatever you want. It could be a design asset, could be a photograph. Okay, so I'll try with a photograph for a change because I haven't done this yet. There we go. There's me. So I'm going to put myself in a frame. So at the moment, there it is. I'm going to get rid of my background, to remove background. So you could use an AI image that you've created using text to image here. You could bring something in from your camera roll, like I've done. Or you could just grab something from the library, like we did earlier, like we showed you earlier as well. That's going to work absolutely fine. Like that Santa dog that I had. Right, I need to bring my face up in front of this blue card. There it is. And I want to sandwich the photo between this really cool photo frame and that background card that we had. Now, I like that blue, so that's why I got rid of my background. And I can put myself on that background. And now I can just move my photo frame back into place. And there it is. Now you could regroup these by dragging over them and grouping them, but I'm not going to move it now. So I think I'm just going to leave it alone like that. But that was really fun. So ungroup your photo frame and then just move the frame over, swap out the image. You could swap out the color of the, oops, sorry, wrong way. Oops, sorry, wrong way. Too many different, it's like Inception here, Emma. I could change the color of that card, couldn't I? It's a rectangle there. I could change that color if I wanted to something else. You can see the color of the card swapping there behind my head. So you choose what you want to put in that photo frame. Right, let's go back over to Emma for the rug and the photo. And my sofa's gone to somewhere, so I'm going to fix that as well. Right, go for it. Oh, look at you all. Oh, I love that.
I've already started to make some changes. So again, just kind of going back a wee bit. So tapping on the background or even just going straight down to your elements panel and looking at your backgrounds tab at the very top, you can then search for some wallpaper. So there's loads of gorgeous textures here. And as you can see, the more you go, like the more options you kind of want. To be honest, I haven't actually looked at all of these. So this is a great opportunity to show you how to change some more. I quite like, to be honest, all of these patterns I want in my living room. So if anyone knows where to buy them, just let me know. So you get some really lovely patterns, a bit like what Meredith has shown us. My rug started to change again. It's always good to look at different options. But if you want to change it again, feel free. Take your time. Let's go to design assets again. Quite fond of those because they remove the background already for me. And if I go to rug, you've got that one that Meredith has shown. You can even go for stairs. That'd be kind of neat. It doesn't have to be something that works for you on the perspective. It does tend to be nicer now. But if you do like the look of just putting a rug at the bottom, like just do it. There's no right or wrong for this. You work your project how you like your project to be worked and how you want it to look. I was going for, there was a wee one that did have the perspective, this one, but also had like a wee table, a wee plant on it. But do you know what? If there's loads of kids in your life, you probably end up going for something like this because that's probably what's really on your floor. Probably. Or you can go for something that looks a wee bit like this. And do you know what? I quite like that. Let's just fix the crop on that, pull the wee handle and place it right in front of the fireplace again. And I'm going to work with, again, changing one of these images. So let's tap on the window frame. And similar to Maria's screen, we have the ungroup option. Okay, so you can ungroup. But what you can also do, if I just click in here into this little layer stack, you actually see the little layer on a small basis there. So you can also do it that way. So you can kind of do it that way as well and replace it just from here. If you don't want to ungroup and move things, you can do it that way. So especially if you're not going to kind of bring in anything that's brand new. So let's go to photographs. You can upload there from your device. But I really like the idea that Meredith has shown us about using the AI image. So I'm going to actually do it that way. So I will ungroup it because I want to get at these little layers. But I also just wanted to show you the different ones. So let's pinch to zoom on our iPad. Let's undo. I've done a couple of mistakes. Pinch to zoom because I want to get access to this layer. Okay. Now I'm happy just to delete this layer because I'm not looking to replace anything in that sense. I just want to get rid of it and get a new image out. So let's go to our media and let's generate image. And I'm going to pretend that this is going to be a lovely little portrait of a Christmas scene. So a Christmas festive scene. That's all I want. Pretty happy. Because if you like this idea too, this is how you would do it. Hit generate. And let's just reposition this. We're going to start to reduce the size of this so that it kind of fits exactly where we need it to go. Hopefully this will just take a wee second more. But in the meantime, I'm going to make sure, because I can already tell it's not in the right layer through my stack. So there's my lovely little scene.
Oh, there you go.
Let's tap and drag that. So we kind of want it just underneath the gold part, but above the blue part. So that it kind of sits really nice there and everything is selected as one. So to group them again, if you want to group them, if you like keeping them in your groups, let me just show you how I would do it on the iPad. So let's go find them. So there's our layers. There's our three little layers. So let's tap on the bottom layer. Tap here to go to more and select multiple. Now I wonder if I click on this layer and this layer. No, it doesn't do it that way. So let's tap here. I've got too many clicked. Come off that. Maybe I'm just clicking on all these things now because I've got select multiple still on. There we go. And then I can group them again. So do that again. I want to get this. Let's put this above. Didn't manage to get that. So let's go to the 3 little dots to show you again. Let's deselect everything. Can take you a couple of times, but that's okay. Select multiple, then select the one, and then group them. So if you want to group them all together and kind of size them again, that's how you would do it on the iPad. So you can kind of maneuver them, make it a wee bit smaller, make it a wee bit bigger, and still play around with that.
Cool. Very cool. Very cool indeed. Right. Okay. Now then, let's move on to maybe one of our most complicated steps today. Because what we've got now is we've got some grouping stuff going on, but we've also got a cropped video file. So I'm going to play mine for you and just have a look at the windows. Okay, maybe I'll try and zoom in for you as well on the Zoom. Here we go. So watch the window. Okay, so we're actually not just seeing a photo through the window, and it's the same over here on this one. We're actually seeing a video playing through the window. There we go, you see? So what we've got there is a cropped video behind this grouped set of shapes that makes up our window. So what I'm going to do is, and I think this always makes more sense to me, you could try replacing the video in there where it is, but I always find that it helps me just to move a layer out of the way. So I'm just going to move that window out of the way. I'm not breaking anything by doing that. I can easily pop it back, and the pink guidelines are going to help me to get it exactly in the right place. So I'm just going to bring that window out of the way, and now I can see what I've actually got here. It's just this video clip here. Okay. Now then, I want to replace that with a video. Now, you could just replace it with a photo, especially if you've got some photos of, your local town or your village or, some local scenery. Then you could definitely go ahead and swap that for a photo. But I think having the video in the window really kind of makes this template. So I'm gonna go up to the top left here and replace this with a video. And what if I just look for something like snowy night? What am I going to get if I search for snowy night? Am I going to get, something that I'd see out of my window? The first one was an option. That one is an option as well. That's quite a good scene. Now, you could use the same video clip for both. Because it's cropped, you could kind of say, right, well, I'm going to use the left bit of the video for the left-hand window, and then the right bit of the video for the right-hand video. Okay, so you don't actually need to find 2 videos. That one would work well as well. That's a really cool one.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe I'll go with that. Okay, so I'm going to choose that, and there we go. So it's popped it in there, but I haven't chosen where that's cropped. So I'd like to decide which bit of that I'm keeping. Now, I'm not going to mess around with the crop handles because then, maybe it won't fit my window frame anymore. What I want to do is kind of move that video clip around inside that cropped window. So the way to do that is to double click on that video on your canvas. Click, click. There we go. You see? And now this is the window that I can see through. And then I can see all of the rest of my video file. So I can actually shift that over, just drag it over in the window so that it keeps that bit. Click away. Right. Now then, let's bring my window back. And don't worry if this is confusing. Emma's going to do all of this with you again now in just a minute. Okay. And now let's do the same thing to this window over here. I'm going to move my window frame over here onto the carpet out of the way. And then I'm going to click on this video file. And I'm going to use the replace icon up here. Choose a video. And it's still got my snowy night search in there. So that's all I need to do is find. Now, you're welcome to use a different video, of course. Okay. But I'd actually quite like to use that same one again. Here it is here. Okay, so I'm going to choose that again. And this time I'd like to see the tree. So I'm going to double click on it and I can just shimmy it over. There we go. And I can see the tree in this side of it. Okay, let's pop my window frame back on. Pink lines are going to help me get it all lined up. There we go. And now when I click play on here, yeah, we've got that scene. Oh, wow, I love that.
That is such a good idea.
Yeah, we've got that scene out of both windows there. So it's the same video file, okay? We've just cropped in on the left-hand side on one and cropped in on the right-hand side on the other. But of course, you're welcome to use different video clips, photos, whatever you want. Right, that is one of the most complicated things we've ever done on Digital Leaders Club, I think. So let's pop over to the iPad and just go over that again.
It's a masterclass of creativity here, Meredith.
Now then.
Masterclass. So let me have a go. Let me see if I can do the same thing. So here's my scene. There's my left side. Let me just grab that and put it off to the side like Meredith has done. Let's click on my video. And let's see if I remember all of these steps. Let's go to the left-hand side, find that replace option, and you can go straight down to videos, or because we're working with a video, it still should hopefully work there with replace. Now, I did kind of have a wee think about what I was going to choose, and I have gone for Northern Lights. So this is the good thing about Meredith going first.
Nice.
I get to try and better him.
That is, and you have again. There we go.
It's all these lovely colours. Like the Northern Lights are just fantastic. We're getting some showings over here in Northern Ireland, and I believe in some bits in Scotland. So I quite like this little video here. So that's what I'm going to go for. Now, let me pinch the zoom so that I get a wee bit closer so that you guys can kind of see. And do you know what? I'll move this ball out of the way so you can understand a bit better. So if I tap on my video, you can double click or double tap, or you can go into your crop option. It's the same thing. It'll open up this little window, and we just want to kind of tap and drag that over, okay, so that we're getting one side of it, okay, so that it kind of, when you get that stepped back perspective like Meredith's shown us, it looks like you're kind of just looking out the windows of your house. So I'm really happy with that over to this side, but let's always remember to put our window pane on. Let's drag it back, and just over the window, those pink guidelines are helping us make everything click together and look like one piece. I'm going to zoom over here. So I'm just using these two fingers to kind of drag over my scene. Let's do the same thing. So tap on our little windows, drag them over to the side, somewhere easily. Click again, and I'm just going straight into replace. Brings up all the options there, and this is the video I selected. So click and drag that in. Tends to always go right in the middle of your video, especially if it's a different kind of ratio. So you can either double tap in, or if that's not working for you, just go to the crop option to get the same window up. And this time around, let's get more of the mountains. Bring it over to this side, and you know, don't mind it too much, because remember, our left-hand side looks like this. So if our right-hand side looks a wee bit more like this, kind of still gives that emphasis of the mountain. So quite like that. Tap off just to select that. And if I go to grab my window now, it's not sitting there. But let's use our little trick and find the window pane here. There we go. That's what that's there. And then I can kind of drag that back into place. There's the guidelines helping me. And I'm really excited by this. So really excited. Let's press, bring our ball back up. We forgot we moved it. Do some things here quickly. Perfect. Go away. Nice. So if we zoom back out, press the play, kind of looks like one big scene just kind of outside your window. So no wonder you're all comfy and cozy inside your Christmas house.
Yeah, that looks brilliant, Emma. That is fantastic.
Really cool. So I think the only things for me that I would want to change is replace the dog and the cat. If you're not those kind of animal people, you can have rabbits, you can have hamsters, whatever it is you guys are looking for.
Yes. Yeah, definitely. Or no animals at all, if you're allergic to them like me. So you could have, a coat stand, something else. Or a goldfish bowl with a fish floating around with it. That would be cool.
That's a good idea. So let's try that. Goldfish bowl. Let's see. Or a bag. There you go. There's a bag with a goldfish. That's as
Oh,
far
yeah.
as this is why I don't do animals. But there's a wee bowl. Now it's got two. Don't want the two. We can go to the original and get rid of one. So let's just get rid of one. There. Perfect.
Yeah,
There's
very
one.
irresponsible to put that on top of the footstool, I got to say. But there we are. There we are. Doesn't matter. Now, this, we're at time now, guys. But as you're probably thinking, if you've been coming along to these sessions for a while, there's loads of things you could be doing here. It's already got music set there. You could be swapping it for different music. You could be adding in a Christmassy voiceover message in there. You could even bring in an animated character and put your animated character into the scene. That's something we've done plenty of in our live lessons as well. There's no end to what you could be doing. You could bring in a video clip of a glowing light and put it so that we got light shining out of your lamp. It's never ending. So add as much as you can to your scene, build it up, and then at the end, then you've just got the same share options as what we had in the first activity. You've got the download button if you want it as an MP4 file, or you've got the share, and you can publish a view only link, which is probably the easiest thing, isn't it, to do? Just get that link. Anybody who clicks on it then can see your fantastic festive scene. Right. Well, Emma, thank you very much for coming along to our first theme of Christmas lessons. So we've got one more of these coming up now next week. And then, as I said, on the 12th, we've got theme 2 kicking off. So get registered for either the 12th or the 18th for theme 2. If you want your school to take part in the Express School Challenge and get a point towards your pizza party, then maybe you could send another class along to the other theme 1 session.
Yeah.
So this is so all of the Christmas activities is an opportunity for you to get an Express School Challenge point in for your pizza party, and that also gets you loads of swag to the school. So to get onto those sessions, just pop along to bit.ly/Adobe Leaders and get registered. And what's been your favourite thing this afternoon, Emma?
I'm actually really liking the scene. I think I'm enjoying it more than I thought, because I was like, what am I going to do with this wee scene? But you can put Christmas trees there. You can replicate your own living room. You can put all of the number of gifts that you're hoping from Santa. I mean, last year there was 37, so you get that reference. You're my kind of people.
I know. Yeah, I do know that. What's that film? Oh, goodness me. Is it something like 38 Christmas Wishes or something like that?
It's Harry Potter.
Of course it was. Of course it is. Sorry. There's Christmas movies on repeat in this house at the moment. So
what's your favorite
Christmas movie? Oh, I'm a bit old school there. Mine is Santa Claus the movie.
Oh,
yeah, John Lithgow in it. Brilliant. Yeah. What about yours?
Mine's Santa Claus, but not the movie. The one with Tim Allen in it.
Okay. Yeah. I also like Arthur Christmas. Arthur Christmas is a good one as well.
Next time, guys, let us know your favorites. What are you guys watching in the run up to Christmas, so that we can have a wee think about it too. Give us some ideas.
Yeah, 100%. Right, we'll see you on another one soon. We're going to take this Christmas movie chat offline now, I think. So thanks for joining us. See you on another one soon. Have a great Christmas, guys, and thanks for coming along. Bye for now.